LA Dog of the Week on Fridays, and we always feature a dog that's available for adoption.
Very cool. So before we let you go, Kira, what other projects are you working on right now?
Well, I'm shooting a new video for MMR. We have a new, it's mysafedepositbox.com. It's so you can store and manage all your documents and have anything on your smartphone in case of a disaster or emergency. I can't tell you who because it's in her contract that
Sure.
I can't tell it, but I have a celebrity spokesperson. I'm directing her video a week from today, which will be fun. And then, I'm always coming up with some other project or another to keep myself busy. I don't know what my next book will be, but, hopefully I'll be inspired.
Maybe a sequel.
Maybe a sequel, yeah.
That would be nice.
Everyone says I should do a he said, she said.
That
So
would
I have
be
a
fun.
woman's point of view and a man's point of view together. And, of course, I'm planning the next Thalians ball. The last time I was the chair, I honored Hugh Hefner. We did
Very
it at
cool.
the Playboy Mansion, and we gave the money to UCLA, which is my alma mater, for Operation Mend, which is mental health programs for men and women coming back from Iraq or Afghanistan with horrible injuries, but for their mental health programs, to work from the inside out to help them rehabilitate back to life. And that's what we're doing again this year. And I do have an announcement, and I haven't announced this anywhere yet. So do you want it?
Yes.
Who's going to be our honoree for 2014?
Please.
We're doing a Motown celebration, and we are honoring Smokey Robinson.
Oh.
And we're going to have a big gala event. It's going to be a musical event. Well, I'm actually getting off the phone with you, and we're scouting a location here in Los Angeles, which is a big musical arena stage, and all of the money will go to raise money for Operation Mend, and tickets will be on sale at Thalians.org. And last year we raised $1 million. Let's see what we can do this year.
Yeah, best of luck with that. Before I let you go, too, Kira, Lakers or Clippers? I have to ask you down there.
I'm still old-fashioned. I'm a Lakers girl.
Right.
I'm a Lakers girl. I know it's been a little rough lately, but yeah, I'm a Laker. I'm a Kings fan. I've been a hockey fan for years and years and years. So.
Oh, when Gretzky went down there, right?
Yes.
Is that when you got into it?
It's the 25th anniversary of Gretzky being traded to L.A. this past couple weeks.
That long
You know
ago.
your sports. I love it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Kira, thanks so much for being so gracious with your time tonight and joining us on Beats and Eats.
Thank you for having me and for having your great show.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So many
Kira,
memories.
thanks.
Take care, Kira.
All right, bye-bye.
Awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And we will forgive her for being a Lakers fan.
Oh, we have to. Well, at least she is not a bandwagon fan.
I know. You know what, Ty? It almost ached my heart because when she said Lakers, I was almost relieved she didn't say Clippers. And yet, I'm a Celtics fan. I hate the Lakers. I mean, but
isn't that funny? You don't want. I got to be honest, Nick, and this is a topic for a completely different show.
We are in the lounge.
Yeah, I can't root for the Clippers. And while I love Mr. Garnett and Mr. Pierce, Brooklyn, I can't be a Nets fan. I see people walking around the street with gear on for the Nets.
It's funny. I can
sickening.
totally root for the Nets.
Really?
Yeah, but I cannot root for the Clippers. I don't know why. I think because I see the Clippers kind of being the second coming of the Heat. They're trying to emulate what's going on in Miami.
Right.
Why wouldn't they? The Heat are the champions. But there's just this they keep compiling talent where the Nets seem to be going that blue-collar route with KG and Paul Pierce, and it kills me. They're not in Boston, but like I said in our Pierce and Garnett farewell show, and we'll stop it here at this, but like I said there, I will root for the Nets when the Celtics, if and when the Celtics are not relevant, and I'll do that until Pierce and KG retire. They've left with grace. Yeah. Anyway, Kira was awesome.
She was awesome, and I want to promote her book one more time. It's called Score, How to Win the Girl of Your Dreams. A lot of good stuff in here, guys. It's 55 pages of nothing but candid and funny discussion about dating. It's a very entertaining book done by somebody who knows, I think, a thing or two about men. So you might want to pick up a copy. And then the other thing she told me that was really cool, Nick, was how copies of the book, how the proceeds from the book are going to help animals. I thought that was terrific, too.
Terrific. I mean, it's always great to see. And, all the charitable work, the military, people help. And I like helping veterans come back from war with their mental stability. I mean, that's something that doesn't get discussed enough. We talk a lot about, injuries and God, that's horrifying as well. But these people are coming back pretty traumatically injured mentally, and it's a good thing that someone's watching out for them.
And you can't find jobs. Their lives are changed forever. And that would be an interesting topic. I'd love to have some guests on it. We tend to talk about lighter things on this show, but that would be an interesting topic to get some veterans on to talk about that in the lounge. I would really be interested in discussing those issues and what kind of help they get, what's out there. Some of these people come home and they can't live at home. They end up on the street. It's just not right. When you serve your country, you should be taken care of. It's that simple.
Absolutely agree. One more time, Kira's book, where could it be bought? What's the name?
It is called, and I just put it down, Nick, it's called Score, How to Win the Girl of Your Dreams, and you can find it on Amazon.com pretty easily. Great book. I read it, Nick. She sent me 2 copies, and I think I should send you one. Like I said, leave the corduroy at home, buddy.
Dude. I did not know that. I was going to wear corduroy into the studio tonight.
And she autographed my copy, so I'm very happy. It brings back a lot of memories. I watched Kira in the 90s. If you had a subscription to Cinemax in the 90s,
I did.
Kira was all over it, and so was another actress she mentioned in her interview, Kim Dawson, who's gorgeous as well. And just 2 beautiful women, 2 talented actresses. And actually, Kira, I think, did some episodic television, too. She was on one of my favorite shows for a few episodes, NYPD Blue.
Yeah. How about she was on 90210?
I think so, too. I think when she was very, very young, she was on 90210. And she is a busy woman, and I'm so happy that she took the time out to join us in the virtual lounge. I mean, how cool is this?
Very cool, man.
Yeah, to talk to people from down in L.A., and we're going to talk to another Facebook group member in a few minutes. His name is Ramzy Sweis. He's a comedian. He's developing his act, and he's moving. He's got a gig in L.A. He's going to tell us all about it in a few minutes. And, Nick, we had a guest on, James Haliva, last week, who's doing good things on tour as far as comedy is concerned. And he challenged you about comedy. And I have to ask you, this week, after he challenged you on comedy, did you rethink, your stance on comedy and movies?
I did not.
No food for thought there last week, huh?
No, James did not sway my opinion on comedy, although I did find him grotesquely funny. I got a couple chuckles out of him. He did appear down in Philadelphia this past weekend, had an opportunity to go, but like I just told you, all I did all weekend was eat and sleep. Yeah, and I understand. I understand where you're coming from, and sometimes you don't want to watch movies or anything like that. Well, I watched movies. I watched The Fall of Olympus with Morgan. I think that was the name. And as a matter of fact, it's still sitting here. I got to return to Redbox. Oh, Olympus has fallen. Olympus has fallen. Right. I fell asleep during it, but by that point, I already knew the whole story and what was going to happen. Pretty generic, but I liked it. Why do these movies come in two? Because I saw White House Down in July. So you had Olympus Has Fallen, which is about the takeover of the White House, right? Yeah, it was good. I mean, I'm not an action movie guy, but that was pretty good. And I like Morgan Freeman. I saw him as the president today on my lunch hour. I came home. He was the president of the movie, right? Independence Day? No, it was Deep Impact. Deep Impact, yeah. Same movie, different title. Yeah, exactly. Asteroids hitting the Earth, destroying the Earth, and he played the president in that. Another topic where they did two of the same movie. They did, what was it? They did Deep Impact, and then they did that god-awful movie with Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis. Armageddon. And then Independence Day was right around there, too. Oh. With Will Smith. That was decent. Yeah. I mean, it was entertaining, but after a while, don't you just get numbed by it all? I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very selective on movies. Like, there are 2 movies out right now. We've talked about them at length in the last couple shows, but I'm for the first time in a long time, I'm looking forward to going to the movies to see Jobs and The Butler. 2 movies I really want to see. The last time I probably really was dying to go see a movie, it was probably Lincoln.
Yeah, and that didn't disappoint.
No, and the
amazing.
first time I saw it in the movies, I was kind of bored with it a little bit, but then I watched it twice or 3 times on DVD, and I just love it.
How good is Daniel Day-Lewis in that movie?
Phenomenal.
When I heard he was going to play Lincoln, I said to myself, "There's no way in hell."
Yeah,
he doesn't look like
pulled it off. Yeah, he pulled it off well and portrayed. The one thing about that movie I did, and I'm a historical guy, but I did not realize that Mrs. Lincoln was such a little tyrant. She was the first coming of Hillary. I mean, it was, I was quite surprised by that. But she was in many ways his backbone.
Very much so, and I highly recommend anybody out there listening. If you didn't see Lincoln and no, not Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
Oh, God.
Oh, can you believe that they would actually put that garbage out? But the Lincoln, the Steven Spielberg Lincoln, is worth the 3 hours. I think it's 3 hours, 2.5 hours.
And worth every minute of it.
Oh, I was glued.
Yeah, it was great. One of the worst revival movies of all time, like to take a throwback, Dark Shadows. Boy, Johnny Depp destroyed that television show from the 70s.
Well, right, and I would go home or come home from school and watch that, the soap opera. It was classic.
You know what? So did my mother.
And we took it seriously, Nick. We took it seriously. So I think a lot of fans were offended by the fact that it was spoofed.
I was totally offended by it. Now, obviously, I'm too young to have come home from school and watched it live, but I did watch it in reruns, and I mean, Dark Shadows was pretty comical in itself. It was pretty bad acting, but it was
over the top.
Yeah, but it was like typical 70s. It was good though. I loved it, and we had it on VHS growing up. And then I was so excited to see the movie, and I couldn't believe it was spoofed.
Yeah, and it was just
not done well.
You could do the movie without having to spoof it because the show itself was campy.
It was very campy,
but fun stuff. How about we do this, Nick? We've got our next guest lined up. He is a Facebook member on Beats and Eats, and he's a comedian from Chicago who is getting ready to move out to Los Angeles for a new gig. Let's bring him on the line. Mr. Ramzy Sweis, thanks for joining us tonight on Beats and Eats. It's been a while to get you on the show. We're so glad you joined us tonight, Ramzy.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Ty.
You're quite welcome. So what's your story? You're moving to Los Angeles. Did you get your big break?
Well, yes, I am moving to Los Angeles in about 4 weeks, and anybody that's listening could go to stores.ebay.com/boostliterature, and if you're listening, just mention that you heard me on Beats and Eats, and you could get anything for free as long as you pay shipping and handling, because I'm moving from Chicago to LA, and I do not want to haul all those books. But Kara Reed was very, very smart. I saw pictures of her and her husband. They make an excellent couple. And she's right. There's not many books to help guys, and it's almost as if you guys were talking about Heinz ketchup earlier.
Right.
Well, what was that reason for?
We were talking about how I enjoy going to diners, and I took a picture of a diner yesterday from the counter, and there was a shot of a Heinz ketchup bottle. That's all. Because I made a joke on my Facebook page. I made a video, a mock or a parody of Rahm Emanuel. He was dancing to Robin Thicke at the Taste of Chicago. I made a parody of him yesterday, and then today I made a post about Secretary of State John Kerry, who's married to the Heinz era. Right.
And the joke was, he was at a convention recently where he's like, Americans have a right to be stupid. And I said, this is strange because he's married to the Heinz heiress. He should be saying, catch up, not slow down. Because he's, He said Americans have a right to be stupid. It doesn't really make sense. But you know, men are stupid when it comes to women. I mean, it's like a contagious disease, and so I think, you know, she was very, very smart. Carrie